What's goody? Hey man, as we sit here and speak, the Dallas Mavericks, a report came out this morning that the Dallas Mavericks are planning to inform Nico Harrison that he will be relieved of his duties come today. I believe they said, I think it said Tuesday, so I believe it should be coming out sometime today or sometime tomorrow, that they are going to formally announce that he is going to be relieved of his duties. And while I really don't ever enjoy calling for someone's job, it's something that just has to be done in this line of work, right? Like if you're gonna analyze this sport objectively, sometimes you have to call for GMs and coaches and players and other guys to be better, and if not, you have to call for a change. You have to call for a change if those improvements don't start to get made. And Nico Harrison made the dumbest, most boneheaded, overthinking, stupidest trade in all of sports history last February, or a few months ago, 6 months ago in February, when he traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to remind everybody, it's not just the fact that he traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not the only thing that's important to remember here. It isn't that he traded him and he got a good package. It isn't that he shopped him around to every single team in the league. And he really just was cued in on this philosophy that defense was championships, and he really just felt like he couldn't believe around Luka, couldn't build around Luka. So he called every single other team in the league, because every other single team in the league would have had some interest in him, and got every single offer that he could have and accepted the best one, and counter-offered and did all this work to trade Luka for the best package possible before getting rid of him. It isn't that he did all of that, because at least that way you could respect it. You could say, while you may not agree with his philosophy, you could at least respect the way he went about it. But for him to not even consult any other team, for him to get manipulated and underbid and allow for Rob Pelinka to lower the price for Luka Doncic, who was at the time and is still today a top 3 player in the world, is absolutely mind-blowingly stupid to me. I don't know if that's malpractice. I don't know if that's incompetence. I don't know if something happened behind the scenes that led him to do that. I do not know. But for him to do that, and then for him to go around bashing Luka Doncic, making fun of his weight, talking about his health, talking about you can't defense wins championships, you can't build around him, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, the year after Luka Doncic just took them to the finals when nobody expected them to go to the finals, he took you through OKC. He didn't have to play Denver, but he took you through the team that beat Denver and the team that beat the Suns in the first round and the Minnesota Timberwolves. He took you past that team and took you into a series against the Boston Celtics where y'all never had a chance to win in any way, shape, or form, but he did what he could. And mind you, he had already taken this team to a Western Conference Finals years before, where his second best player was Jalen Brunson, before Jalen Brunson was who he is now. And you said you can't run around him, defense wins championships, and proceeded to go and insult the man and disrespect him and everything he ever did for your city, for your franchise, and everything like that. And then you went and you trade for Anthony Davis, and he gets hurt almost immediately. And then Kyrie Irving tears his ACL. And then Adam Silver in the NBA absolutely bless you with the first overall pick. And you get Cooper Flag, who hasn't looked great so far. And this team has been absolutely abysmal so far. And Anthony Davis gets hurt again. And Kyrie, God knows when he's coming back and what the team's even going to look like when he does come back. Klay Thompson's one of the worst players in basketball right now. You have the worst offense in basketball right now. In fact, you want to talk about how poorly constructed this team is since that Luka Doncic trade? Let's look at it. Right now, this team has the 30th scoring offense in the NBA. That is the worst. This team shoots the 25th worst percentage from the field. That is bottom 5 in the NBA. From three-point land, this team shoots dead last in the NBA. The percentage is 29.5. From the free throw line, bottom 5 in the NBA. Let's see. Hey, rebounds, at least you're in the top half of the league. But with that front court that you have, you would think you'd at least be well above top half. You're 13th in the league when it comes to turnovers. You're bottom half of the league. You want to go look at shooting percentage. You're at the very best, and I mean the very best. Bottom 15 in field goal percentage in every single spot from the floor, and that is including right at the basket within less than 5 feet. Every single spot at the floor, you are at best 15th in the league at shooting percentage. At some spots, you are bottom 5 in shooting percentage, namely in some spots in the mid-range area, I believe. Longer mid-ranges, I think they're bottom 5. If we go look at net rating, this team is 24th behind teams like the Clippers, who are on a 5-game losing streak, the Grizzlies, who have players that don't look like they even want to be playing, the Charlotte Hornets, who are a bona fide lottery team, the Phoenix Suns, who are playing for nothing, the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks, who have both been disappointing. The only teams they are above are the Sacramento Kings, a bottom feeder team, the Utah Jazz, a bottom feeder team, the Indiana Pacers, who are missing their entire roster, the New Orleans Pelicans, a bottom feeder team, the Brooklyn Nets, a bottom feeder team, and the Washington Wizards, a bottom feeder team. You want to say, well, the defense is supposed to be the best thing about the team. You're completely right. The defense was thought to be the best thing about the team going into the season. I picked Anthony Davis to be a dark horse for Defensive Player of the Year. I think I picked him to finish second in Defensive Player of the Year. Guess what the defensive rating is? It's fourth. Do you understand how impressive it is for you to have the fourth best defensive rating in the NBA and be 3-8? Like, the one thing we were all praising about this team was going to be the defense, the defense, and the defense. And thus far, outside of that first game of the season, the defense has been one of the best in the league. And you're still 3-8 because your offense is not just bad. It's not just abysmal. It is all-time bad. And that is because you traded one of the greatest offensive players of this generation. Your offensive rating is 103.7. That is second to last in the league, only above the Indiana Pacers, who have one win right now and are missing all of their best players, except for Pascal Siakam. The Washington Wizards have one win and are well above you in offensive rating by 2 points. The Brooklyn Nets have one win, are above you in offensive rating by 8 points. You currently sit as the 14 seed in the Western Conference. You are worse than every single team in the league except for the Brooklyn Nets, the Indiana Pacers, the Washington Wizards, and the New Orleans Pelicans in terms of record. It was time for Nico Harrison to go, and I was saying it in my Mavericks video the other day. If y'all didn't go watch that, I will have it linked up here, or I think it's up here at the end of this in the suggested. I'll make sure I have that linked up there, dude. I was calling for it. I was saying it's time for him to go. That blessed lottery pick that is Cooper Flag should not be enough to get him to save his job, and it wasn't. Nico Harrison, man, I don't know what you're doing with that trade. I don't know if that was your doing, if that was the owner's doing. From every report that's come out, it was your doing, so I'm going to go and assume as such. It was the most boneheaded trade I've ever seen in my entire life. And it aged for you so far has aged for you even worse than I thought it would. And that's saying something. I love it. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out, man. Keep God first no matter what. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed the video. And please let me know what type of videos y'all want to see and everything like that. Tomorrow, I believe I got a quiz video for y'all coming out for y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy that one. Or do I have that coming out tomorrow? I don't know what I have coming out tomorrow yet. It'll either be a quiz video or my NFL picks and predictions. Probably a quiz video. I don't know. I love it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching as always. Peace out.